Thank you, John Cena. John Cena has wrestled his final match against the ring had Gunther, and sadly, it did not go his way. But today, in this video, I'll be going over every Saturday night's main event, John Cena's final match, just card, and every single match, and every single result. I'm going to be reviewing every single match, especially the GOAT's final ever match in his WWE career. So we've got to enjoy this video. It's going to be nice and to record. Always remember, smash that and subscribe button to the WWE channel, and let's get into this one. First up is the NXT champion Obafemi versus the undisputed WWE champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. And this match had potential for how long it was. It was not long, but Cody was blooded on the side of the ear, which I don't think was meant to happen. I don't know. But it was actually a really, really good match. Obafemi putting on a class performance, bossing Cody Rhodes for most of it. But Cody, of course, getting the upper hand, hitting 4 Cody cutters in the match, which I loved Cody cutter, so I was not upset with that. But it was actually a really good match. Obafemi showing his class and showing why he is the NXT champion and a 2-time NXT champion, and why next year he should 100% be on the main roster, competing for either the Intercontinental or the United States Championship next year to already get a mid-card title under his weight, so he can just carry on and be the big star he is, being a future WWE dominant champion in years to come. Drew McIntyre did get involved, which really just pissed me off because I didn't really want to see that again. It was just boring. But they have confirmed that Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes will go back at it again for the Undisputed WWE Championship, and most likely Saturday night's main event at the end of January or at the Royal Rumble next January, which is obviously only about just over a month away. So they might have a lot of build-up for that, making this the final level 1 of Cody Drew in this title reign. So Drew came in, it ended in disqualification as he claymored Cody Rhodes, and then Obafemi got involved, and then Cody went out of nowhere, hit him with a Cody cutter. Drew came back up, and Obafemi hit him with a choke slam, sending Drew out the sending Drew out the ring. And Cody and Oba shaked hands at the end of it. Both raised their titles and respected each man and did a salute, saying goodbye to John Cena and thank you for everything you've done. But this match was good, and it had potential, but unfortunately, it was a disqualification ended, so no one actually won. They both drew the match. But this match was decent. I'm going to give this match probably a 7 out of 10 for what it was. I wouldn't give it any higher because, of course, the finish. But, yeah, decent match. And we move on. Only women's match on the card. Former NXT North American and Women's Speed Champion Sol Ruka takes on Women's Grand Slam Champion Bayley. You know, of course, like I said, the only women's match on this card. But it wasn't too bad, to be fair. It was a better women's match. I do like Sol Ruka. I think she's a good wrestler. I think she's one of the future top women in years to come in the WWE, which is interesting because I think she's a good wrestler. Her finish is really good with the spinning cutter in the air, which looks like a spinning arc or like a jumping RKO, but they don't class it that, of course. But it was a very, very good match, and surprisingly, Sol Ruka picked up the win against Bayley, probably being her biggest win in her career so far, beating, of course, one of the 4 horsewomen, Bayley. So it was good, and this match wasn't too bad. Like I said, I have my opinions on women's wrestling. I fully respect it. I'm all for it, yeah. It's not my thing. I'm not really big into women's wrestling. I just don't know the quality of it. But I do respect how far they've come. Of course, I'm not getting into conversation again like last video, or whatever video was. But, you know, I do think this was actually a good match, though. I have to respect this. And I think Sol Ruka winning was the best decision, because Bayley did not need this win. We can just move on from that, and she can carry on with her thing with the Judgment Day and everything with Roxanne Perez and, you know, blah, blah, blah. And Sol Ruka can carry on her development in NXT for a bit, and maybe later in next year she can come up to the main roster and possibly start feuding for either the Women's IC or the Women's US Championship, you know, giving her maybe a mid-card title under her belt before going on to do bigger things in the main event scene. This match was good. Saw some stuff on the outside, but mainly the in-ring work was good. None of the people on the outside, with Zarya and Lyra Valkyria, did not get involved, surprisingly. So that was decent. But all of them, like I said, shook hands at the end of the match. This whole match show was about respect, because of course John Cena, hustle, loyalty, respect. Every single one showed respect at the end of their match, shaking hands. So after the match, they shaked hands. Both raised each other's arms and just done the salute, you know, all 4 of them done the salute, saying thank you and goodbye to John Cena. But this match was good. I'd give it, giving it a 7 out of 10. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. This match is actually quite enjoyable. It's quite good. But we move on to the tag team match. And the WWE World Tag Team Champions AJ Styles and Dragon Lee defeat the team of the TNA X Division Champion Leon Slater and one of NXT's brightest stars, Javon Evans. This match was slow, not slow. I'm sorry, short. I meant to say it was just a short match. It was literally 7 minutes long. Was not that long. Finish was not great, to be honest. This match I was a bit tuned out for. I'll be honest, I wasn't really in this match. I was so just hyped for Cena. But it wasn't too bad, to be fair. There's the tag team champions of Monday Night Raw facing two men that know each other very well, Javon Evans and Leon Slater, which was all four of these men were very athletic, putting off some great moves, to be fair. It started off really good with Leon Slater getting some hype over Dragon Lee, jumping over the corner, by the turnbuckles, onto the side of the barricade into Dragon Lee, which was really, really sick. But AJ Styles with a finish, hitting a Styles Clash on Leon Slater to pin him for 1, 2, 3. Styles picked up the count of 3, and wins the match for the World Tag Team Champions, of course. But the match, again, like I said before, they showed respect, and they said thank you and everything. They all shook hands, all four men stood there on the opposite sides of each other, and saluted, and said thank you, Cena. They are, of course, a tribute to John Cena. AJ Styles, of course, one of Cena's greatest rivals in his long 23-year WWE career. Styles, of course, back Crown Jewel in October, had a match against Cena, which is arguably match of the year for 2025 in WWE. So Styles has history. So Styles knows how much this means to him and how much this means to John Cena and the fans. So, of course, these men all made tribute. But this match was not that great. It just wasn't long. I'll give it like a 6.5 out of 10. But good, decent match. All four of these men can go far, except AJ, sadly, because AJ is literally retiring next year. But it shows that AJ is still keeping up with the youngsters, even if he's retiring next year from wrestling. So it shows that he's still got it in a way for the next coming months. But now we move to the big one. And Gunther defeats John Cena in his final match. Sadly, the right decision. And the ending was actually a good ending. I predicted it right. I said Gunther will win, and Gunther made John Cena tap out. But Cena decided to tap out. It wasn't because Cena was forced to. Cena tapped out. So Gunther just was dominating the match, really. Cena was just the biggest 5 moves to Doom ever. But it's meant to be, it's his final match. He's not going to pull out all the stocks. But Gunther dominated this match, and it just showed the skill and how the younger talent is still bright as anything, while Cena's fading away. But at the end of the match, I'm going to talk about this. Gunther hit 3 sleepers in a row. Cena got out two of them, went into the corner, but then Gunther pulled him back in because Gunther's aim was to make Cena give up, remember? Like he said this on Monday Night Raw last week. And Gunther got him in a sleeper. And it's like Cena knew he was fading, and Cena finally realised it's over. You can't do this anymore. You can't keep up. So Cena smiled at the camera and just tapped Gunther's arm, tapping out of the match, finally calling it quits and realising it's over. And let me just have freedom. And it was actually, the storytelling this was amazing. Because we all know John Cena's slogan is never give up. He said this for 20 years of his career now. He's been the hustle, loyalty, respect man. But never give up. John Cena has not tapped in this character being this John Cena. But for the first time in over 21 years, I think it is, John Cena tapped out. Cena tapped. And it was surprising, but very predictable at the same time. Because it gave Gunther the edge of now him retiring John Cena and making John Cena tap. Only 1 or 2 men to ever do that. The other man being Kurt Angle back in 2004, I think. So Gunther now holds that. And it's a big, big thing to hold on his shoulders that he retired, arguably, the greatest of all time in the WWE and the 17-time record-breaking WWE champion. So it is historical. It's amazing. But morally, thank you, John Cena. Cena gave everything to the WWE career for most of his time. From about 2017 onwards, he was a very part-time wrestler, but he had reasons for that because he got bigger opportunities, which he had to take. He could not reject these. But Cena this year gave us memories, and it really boosted a life back into WWE, and John Cena was back. That John Cena we saw weekly, he was back. We got many matches. And some of Cena's greatest matches this year were here. We got some of his greatest matches in his career this year, which we're really grateful of. But like Cena said in podcasts with Chris Van Vliet, for example, he said, I'm doing this because it's all I have left. He's trying to tell us that he's putting his great matches, but after he is in pain, he's in stress because he's just tired and his body is weakening over time. You've got to remember, he is nearly a 50-year-old man. He's 49 next year. Cena's not getting any younger. His bones and he's just getting older, you know? And he's got to leave this behind, of course. This physical activity and on the road all the time can just really tire yourself out. And he's probably not got just the system of work all the time like the others now because he's not been a full-timer for about 7 years. So, it's understandable. But I am grateful for what John Cena gave us, me and the fans, of course, this year, because we'll never, ever have another retirement tour like this because he was the first man to do it, and he will 100% be the first man to commit to retiring from the WWE and never, ever wrestle again. So this match felt different. It felt different from every other retirement match. It really felt like an ending, and it felt like it was time up. Like Cena said, my time is up, and your time is now. He saluted to the fans. He said, it's been a pleasure serving you all these years. Thank you. He left his wristbands, his sweatbands, and the trainers, of course, the little kicks, and he left the ring with so many wrestlers congratulating him on his great career, of course, being one of the GOATs, arguably the GOAT, in my opinion. Of course, got a special video package at the end of the match, but it was a pleasure seeing John Cena this year. And it's a big loss. I do love John Cena. He was my first guy in WWE, and I love him. So, it was tough. It was tough. But I love him. And I hope him all the best in acting for the next couple of years. But it is time to move on. And now Gunther is next man up. And there's many more men. Cody Rhodes has to continue that legacy of John Cena, really. He's the next man in line to be the John Cena for the next couple of years before he turns heel again. So, thank you, Cena, once again. But thank you for watching this video. It has been nice to record. Always remember, smash that subscribe button to the flipping channel. Thank you, John Cena, on a great 23-year career. You are one of the best, maybe the best, to ever do it in history. So thank you, Cena, and I'll see you little dirty faces soon. Goodbye, guys.